Apologize. We're having all this trouble today with the work in here. So I'm Susan Lenart, and I am just going to do a little short. I really can't see comments today, so this one is just going to be a little bit different than usual. I love when I get to interact with people. So today's subject is all about manifestation. I'm going to do a couple different presentations on manifesting. So I think this will just be a little bitty dot. I might just talk for a little bit here. But one of the things that I want to start with to say to you is I have a completely different perspective on manifesting, and everyone is so different, and all different styles work for so many different people. So the way that I work, it's based on clearing, getting rid of the old to bring in the new. So the way to manifest is literally a formula. And so the formula really is, this is the way that I work it. The formula really is a lot of letting go energetically, physically, through your mind, through your body, and through your soul. It's a lot of letting go. And then through letting go, it's like I like to work with the energy centers in the body and work through each one on letting go. And you eventually, every single subject matter that I have worked with in unfolding or talked about, whether my last talk was on passion, I do different presentations on letting go. I do some on love, some on creativity. All of these are just steps along the way to get you to being aligned so you can manifest. It's all manifestation. So the way that it works is getting clarity. That's step one. There's 4 steps on getting to manifestation. I know it's a different perspective than what you've heard. Some people have a really difficult time getting into that creative space. Think about it. If you are really troubled and you can't even figure out what you want to manifest or what you're looking for in your life, or you do know you want to manifest something, but it's frustrating because you can't get to it. Well, this is like all of that 80% invisible that you work with. Your first step of what you need, if you have a jumpy brain, is you have to let go of energies. When you close your eyes, if your mind is jumping around, that's just different energies that are ready for you to be able to let go of before you can really even get into this manifesting state. And you guys, I'm sorry, I know there's people showing up here, but I had a dysfunction with my phone today, so I can't really see the side chat. So I'm just gonna do a little quick one and just talk about manifesting. The holidays are coming for us here in the United States, and 4th of July. And then after the holidays, I'll get deeper and deeper into this subject. So next Wednesday, I'll talk deeper into this subject. So the first step on, when you're letting go, it's like if you cannot get to even know what you should manifest, or if your brain can't stay there, or your brain is thinking negatively as you start moving towards manifesting, what is important to do is the first step is clarity. That's number 1, to get to your clarity. How do you get to your clarity? It's like just through a lot of walking, breath work, writing, journaling. As artists, we are empaths. That's our job. We walk around in the world and we absorb a lot of information from other people, from other people we just take in. So one of the important things to do every single morning, every single evening, is just bringing this light through yourself energy. So I'm a Kundalini yoga instructor that works with energy, breath work, focus, movement, and this all comes together to help clear you, body, mind, and spirit. Isn't that cool? This is my process, you guys. I'm teaching you my process I'm thinking way back to when I manifested and created businesses for myself, when I've created bodies of work, when I've created success and lines of jewelry, working with corporations. And in fact, I'm just manifesting something super exciting right now. So this is a great subject. But I wanted you to know that the end result of all the teachings I do is manifesting, right? To get anything in life, it's manifesting it, spending that time with yourself. But before you manifest, you really want to get that clarity to make sure that it's your manifestation and not just something that maybe your parents put on you or your family put on you, or you feel like you need to do this for the world. And that's where clarity happens, to get your clarity on what really would fit you in your life, what really would do you well to manifest, right? Second thing is, then once you get your clarity, you can start figuring out easier and easier. And this is a process. I love teaching this process, and I'm going to show up on Wednesdays live and in my unfolding group, and we're going through each of these 4 ways to manifest, and we're getting there nice and strong and powerfully. It'll be really wonderful. So the next step is, once you have clarity, you start getting alignment. And I talk a lot about alignment through this whole experience in here, because alignment is all about being centered, knowing exactly who you are, knowing exactly what you want, having your power, having your strength, working on your passion. So your alignment comes from passion. The last month I just did a talk about passion, getting through your anger to get to your passion, because this gives you your energy. It gives you your energy to be clear. It gives you your energy to be aligned with yourself. Once you're aligned, think about this beautiful, peaceful feeling that you have. Once you know who you are, where you're going, what you want to do, you can really get to this place of alignment. That's number 2. Once you have alignment, number 3 is magnetism, which I promise you, this happens. And I really know. Oh, thank you guys for joining me. I think I was mentioning I can't see comments today, and I'm just going to talk just briefly. But next Wednesday, I will be back here, and I want to talk deeper on this subject, and I'll be prepared. I just set this live stream up a little bit wrong. So thank you guys for joining me, and I see you here, and I really appreciate it. But so it really is about manifesting, and I will talk more next Wednesday. So your third step is magnetism, and what I am learning and understanding from my studies of building my companies and all of this new energy work that I'm doing now is, once you have your clarity on who you are, what you really are moving forward to make you happy, then you get your power, your strength, you become strong in yourself, you find your love, and then you get into your alignment. When I work with the energy chakra, so all 7 of these chakras. The reason I do a lot of this work, this is where I work from to help people manifest their lives, manifest their dreams. And it really is working with these energy centers. So from my studies of what I have been doing in the past few years, working with shaman, working with energy, working with Kundalini yoga, because I'm a certified instructor, working with how my past failures, which I learned so much, and my successes have really gotten me into manifestation. All of these steps, every single thing I teach is about manifesting, because you're manifesting your life, you're manifesting your business, and you're manifesting, just your work, your products, everything that you do. So, it really is about clearing. The first step to get to clarity, it is clearing. And I just do, a lot of work on just really making sure that you're getting clear. The second thing that we do is we work on, what do we want? What do we want to bring in? What does our heart want to bring in? What does our mind want to bring in? What does our brain want to be in? What would really we want to bring into our life that would align with us to make us the best person that we can be? Like, what are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? What are our stories? What is our origin stories? I work with all of these different subjects throughout this whole creativity collective to make you the best version of yourself as an artist, right? As a creator. I mean, really, as creators, we're the heartbeat of the world, but our job is very difficult. You see artists, that really famous artists and really well-known artists and people that do beautiful work, and back in time they died early because as an artist, as a creator, you have to learn how to manage incoming, because literally we pull incoming, we pull in ideas, we pull in energy, we pull in ideas from the world. How do we not collapse into them and become so politically upset, so emotionally upset? We have to clear a lot of that so we can then bring it through all of our energy centers and produce it out into the world. And that is our job as creators and artists, right? We know that. Like we go out and, whether, and I've known this from teaching for many, many years, because I see people in my workshops who, live on the beach, and they bring in their own vibration and their own feel of what they love. And I always say, like, take a look at where you're living. That's clues to get discoveries, deeper discoveries on who you are, what you're about, what's going to make you happy. There's so many people walking around in the world that are not happy because they're taking another path that is not their own path. It's their family's path, or, their idea in their head that they're going to be happy. And I've done the same thing, oh my God, I was like, I'm going to be so happy when I get to this goal, and really I found out that by letting go and so all of this work that I'm teaching, this is the work, the profound work that I'm doing right now inside myself as an artist, to get to be the strongest and most powerful artist that I can. And this is my voice, just teaching what I learned, because I am a teacher, and I am a creator, and I am an explorer. And, like attracts like, and we all owe it to ourselves to become the best version of who we are. So by strengthening that, we're going to be getting stronger and stronger into our clarity to find out who we are. Number 2 is getting into alignment, so you can attract the right manifestations. Why bother to worry about manifesting when you're not even sure of the proper manifestations that you want to do? This is all of my work that I do in a course that I call Pathfinding. You guys can find it in my profile if you want to just take a look and dig into it. I'm not even going to start it until September, and the date on there might be end of September, but it's working with you hand in hand, going through all these steps and processes into your, like I mentioned earlier, into your origin story, into your writing. Like, why are you really doing this? Who are you? All of this comes because in my work, the way that I help you get to your manifestations, it's 80% behind the scenes. And this is just personal work that I do with you. And literally, we can get to our real selves and our real answers through my work in Kundalini Yoga as an instructor, my work studying shamanism, my work being with shamans hand in hand, building companies, failing at companies, succeeding at companies, learning about money, and all of these steps that I've done. And through this process, it's learning about business and learning about yourself, but it's through breath work that brings you into being in the moment. I talk about that subject inside of here. So important to learn being in the moment. When you are in the moment, that's the only time that you are effective and you're aligned. Does that make sense? Your focus, and it's through focus. Meditation brings you into focus and gets you aligned to who you really are and where you're going as an artist. Number 3 is movement. Not a lot of movement, but it's like movement. Us as Europeans, as Americans, as Canadians, I have a lot of Europeans in here too, that watch. And let me know if there's somebody else in here that, is from another country that is jumping on board and watching, because I'd love to also research. My work is cultural work, so I'd love to hear your story. But it really is about movement. Us as European-based people, we have a lot of things that are congested in us from years. We never knew about how to clear. We grew up more, our history is more in religious-based, which wasn't about breath work or clearing or becoming empowered, if that makes sense. So I am here to show you how to empower yourself as a creator, as an artist, and get to your real core and get to your real dreams and yourself. So that's through like physical movement, which is whether it's walking, being in my yoga, doing your own work. And then it's this breath work is literally moving this beautiful energy up and down your body, which is so effective in cleaning out your organs, getting to your getting you to your best place, getting you aligned, using this energy work to, using this energy work to get to making yourself young and fresh and strong and powerful and full of love and creativity. It's like all of this just works so beautifully. And then the last, okay, that is focus on, oops, I can't even read my own writing. Oh, darn. So yeah, moving the prana, and it's called prana through your body to heal, to clear, to bring forward, to get clarity, to get alignment, to get, there's so much we can do with our body. In fact, it's so interesting because as European based, think about this. Back in time, this always fascinates me. It's like I grew up in Catholicism and I really moved into more of a spirit-based, spiritual-based spirituality. But I love traveling to all different cultures, and I would see how different countries reinterpreted, like the Catholic, how everyone reinterprets their own Catholicism. Catholicism, there were just people who went all over the world and taught Catholicism. So other countries, other cultures that interpret Catholicism, they make it their own. You can't just take something verbatim. You have to fit it into a culture. So I love seeing like the way things are reinterpreted. That's creativity. That's making things work for yourself, right? So, back in time though, in Europe, it's like there was a mea culpa where you just, when you were in your practice, you just pounded your heart because this literally, they found out scientifically, pounding your heart opens your heart, opens your creativity. It's breath work, it's movement, but it also can be literally, there's that tapping work that people do, but it literally is just going right into the source. If you want to get to your love, just hit it. If you want to get to your creativity, sacral chakra, just get in there and rub it. It's like when your stomach hurts, when you want your power center, you just really go right into right into this center. So, really, it's like a lot of this really works well. So, and so when you're aligned, so all of these little pieces and parts that I do in my unfolding course, which you're welcome to pop into my unfolding course, one of the realizations that I've come to is that I am getting so strong and powerful by following my own advice on getting into manifesting. So I work hard with people, like we work bringing joy and love and happiness. That's how you get to what you love. That's your love. First of all, we want to get to joy and passion and creativity. You can't get there without getting to love, without getting to happiness, So all of these steps that I teach inside of my unfolding is all for the artists, and it all is to grow us so we can get closer and closer to manifesting. Boom. Then I have my pathfinding course that I have at such a good price because I just am growing this. And this course is all about an 8-week profound deep dive into, and you guys can check all this out in my profile. But to go on, I'm sorry, I'm just really excited about these programs because they're working. I'm finding my life is really, really working. I went back in time when I just kind of blindly ran forward and built companies and built lines of jewelry and built work and became, successful and made a lot of money in the world and made a lot of products in the world. And, I'm just looking very carefully at what did I do and how can I align that with all of this spiritual information that I'm finding out and learning. So the next thing, you guys, is magnetism. So once you're clear, you have done all this clearing, once you are aligned, you can move right into magnetism, which magnetism, this is the place that I feel like is hard for a lot of people to believe, but I promise you, this is the absolute truth. Once you're completely aligned, your manifestations will come to you. Yes, you have to put yourself out there in the world, but still, what you're looking for, you can manifest and go through all these different steps, and your manifestations will come to you exactly the way that you need them to be, isn't that, or not need them to be, exactly the way that they're supposed to. Sometimes it looks so different than you even thought because you're getting into your feelings. You need these really strong feelings, when you're manifesting. And the last one is, yes, your manifestation becomes abundance and success. Like it arrives and you're here and you're living in it. And then you have to continue to live as a creator in this space, because when you're living as a creator in this space, you can continue. For me, it's like I realized one of my biggest mistakes was when I did get all these things manifested to me, I wasn't happy. I wasn't grateful. When you're in abundance and when you do arrive in abundance and manifesting your dreams, it's so important to be grateful and thankful and just, for everything that comes in, even if it looks different, to be very, very grateful of what is there for you, what came in. And you're going to find that it came in through your strong ideas. So I can tell you there's 2 ways. So that was that. Okay. Abundance flows and your manifestations happen. And the way to get there, and this is probably the most profound statement, to get your manifestations and your abundance flowing is you need to have two powerful directions. One is passion, which is why I mentioned passion earlier. Passion is bringing in a higher emotion, like an emotion of your work that you love, your product that you love, something that you're working with and you love. It's finding your passion. Sometimes you're so blocked that you can't really get to your passion. And that's why I have, you can see I did a talk on passion and how to get out and how to get into your passion. So hop over to that one if you kind of feel flat and you can't get to your passion. So your passion, number one, and why? Because your passion, getting into your passion, it creates really strong emotions that would be enjoyable, that would be fun, that would be full of love for you, bring joy to you. You need to have a reason why you're doing it, not just for other people, for yourself. You need to have that nourishment for yourself. So passion, because that brings in your higher emotions. And the second one is super clear on what you want to bring in. And those are the 2 main, when you initially look at things, those are the 2 main things that you have to be driving towards to get to your clarity, get super clear on what you want so you can envision it and it can be really clear. If you can't get to that clarity yet, to really know so deeply inside of yourself with focus on what you're moving towards and a beautiful emotion attached to it, if you can't get to those 2 things, you go back and you work through the program of letting go. You've got things to let go of, that's all. Sometimes it's that little bit longer process, of letting go. So to get to these 2. So I will be talking again next Wednesday on getting close to all these. If you guys didn't hear, I apologize again. I can't see comments on here because of the way that I'm logged in. So let me see if I want to say anything else, but I do want to say we're going to, the way that I like to get to your manifestations is through all of your chakra system, which is our energy systems. And I've spent quite a few years working with this chakra system. This is done all through the East. It's done through Eastern spirituality. It's really becoming such a strong position here in the United States and in England and all over. It's something that we need. We're behind a little bit here. We've got a lot to let go of. So it's like, really, you're going to find me showing up. All of my work that I talk about on this channel is all about manifesting, because that's what life is about, manifesting. 80% invisible to create and get to the life of your dreams and to be able to manifest clearly and beautiful what exactly aligns to you. And then 20% of the physical, of literally getting out there in the world, asking for things, doing the work. Well, not us as artists. Like, we can spend hours and hours in our studio doing our work, or hours and hours brainstorming. But, it's that 80% invisible behind the scenes work that sets you up to let your life just dream and move forward in that 20% of actual physical movement. And I am finding that to be absolutely true. So you guys, I'm just going to make it short today. I'm going to thank you guys so much for showing up. I'm sorry I really can't see your comments today. I will be set up on my channel next Wednesday I'll be set up next Wednesday, so please join me live. I'm going to go deeper and deeper into manifesting subject. Okay, you guys, thanks for joining me.